It's time for the Steve and Kyle podcast with Kyle.
I think it was in like the 60s or the 70s. There was a fire in one of the mines, and it is still burning.
Now, is it?
But yeah, there's
is
an
the fire
underground
in the mine.
Yeah, it's an underground mine fire that has been burning for like 50 years.
Wow. Nobody headed in there with like a one fire extinguisher to really get to the bottom of it?
Yeah, maybe they haven't thought of that yet.
I'll send an email.
Maybe set up a sprinkler.
You guys ever heard of irrigation?
And Steve.
Okay, so you've just filled Saturday and Sunday, so I'll have to jam in ball game, auto parts store on Monday night and Tuesday.
Yeah.
Because obviously all of Saturday and all of Sunday will be sitting on couch wondering what I'm supposed to do with hand down payments.
Drinking cheap beer.
Right, of course.
And not turning it off Dude Network. Which is guys kicking each other in the balls.
Live on tape from APS 3 point whatever, it's the Steve and Kyle podcast.
Yeah.
We were kind of in the midst, the last 24 or 36 hours of trying to make our very own Dude Weekend, Dude Network.
Dude Network, yeah.
Forget what spurred me. Oh, I know what spurred me. It was my wife being very rude to the legacy of someone that you and I take very seriously.
Mm-hmm.
And also someone that Brother Mike takes very seriously.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's got to be the one and only, the boss.
The boss, Bruce Springsteen. Disparaging his legacy.
What?
To me and my parents when we were out yesterday.
How? What was she possibly saying?
I'll just say that someone was not a fan of the show that we had gone to last year as much as...
Really?
So, yeah.
Wait, you guys went to see... Oh, no, never mind. It wasn't the River Tour.
No. Nope, this was...
That was like a bunch of years ago at this point.
Yeah, this was a show in Detroit we went to last winter. And, I mean, listen, you don't go this long with somebody and not know that maybe so-and-so isn't their favorite.
Mm-hmm.
But they'll tolerate simply because they know that I am obsessed. Love him.
Mm-hmm.
Love the man's catalog.
Of course.
Fantastic.
What's not to love?
And this was... You know, we talked about it. This was my very first trip to a Springsteen concert, and he's in his mid to late 70s. You never know when he's going to decide to hang him up or kick the 5-gallon. Either or.
Yeah.
Although that band is remarkably old and remarkably not dead.
Well, I mean, they you figure they get a good workout every night. You know, they're on stage for a couple hours and keep themselves in relatively good shape, it seems like.
But when you think, Steve, rock music and performances, and you see the likes of Bruce Springsteen still wearing the same rolled up shirt sleeves that he's been wearing for 40 years.
He's working, man.
Right. Who's never really worked, but neither here nor there. And then you see a guy like Phil Collins, who can't walk and is on stage like in a chair.
Yeah.
How does that happen? Like, Springsteen has lived, and I don't believe either of them, correct me if I'm wrong, are known for super drug and alcohol abuse and crazy partying.
No.
But when I think performance, you see and hear the legends of the Springsteen shows from the 70s of playing for 4 hours and, you know, running what felt like 15 marathons. And now he's still out there doing it with a full head of hair, mind you.
Yeah.
And poor Phil Collins is getting wheeled out in like a rascal.
A rascal with drums attached to it. I mean, in a cage fight, Springsteen, he's winning 100 times out of 100 over Phil Collins.
One of those working men boots only has to get, well, what's the height of a rascal? That's about how high it has to get.
Put that on the poll. What's the height of a rascal? Yes or no?
And that fight is over. Okay? Yeah. Because then that size, 10, 11, 12 is going to be left imprinted on old man Genesis's face. I don't know why I'm taking off Phil Collins. I like Phil Collins.
Yeah.
But we digress. she was disparaging him when I think I was reminiscing with my dad. I was able to get him tickets to see Bob Seger on his final tour that we went to as well, and was talking about how much I enjoyed Springsteen. And Katie out loud was like pretty much out loud shaking her head and said,
just disrespectful.
Didn't like it and felt like he was mumbling the whole time.
Yeah. And
I didn't accuse her then, but I'll accuse her now because I don't think she listens. Real simpleton. Okay? If you're not listening to the story that Bruce is weaving...
The man's a storyteller.
There's no question about it. So that got me thinking, fine. I'll bust one off on her then. I will go to a concert without her. Maybe. So I pulled up his tour dates.
Oh, I thought maybe you'd go to one of her favorite bands and make fun of, like, One Direction.
Oh, God.
What is she into?
I don't think there's a way you could convince me to go to one of those, like, early to mid 2000s hipster college style indie rock bands.
Okay.
I'll hear them on her shuffle in her car occasionally, and it just makes me want to stick my head out the window like a dog. The worst. And then has the gall to try to take down Bruce Springsteen.
Boy, that's a bold move.
So yeah, I pulled up the schedule for Springsteen's summer dates around here, and it pretty thin. I think most of them were all rescheduled from when he was sick with like diverticulitis last year.
Yeah.
So they're pretty thin. Found a few dates that I thought, you know what, I'll send them along to my fellow Springsteen brethren, Steve and brother Mike, see what we can make happen. And surprisingly, because in this chat, I think we can all agree you are far and away the most silent.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because it's usually about sports betting or, you know, the odds of the Packers winning the Stanley Cup or something.
No question. Yep, the Pack winning the Stanley Cup. You can get that at plus $1 million right now and all your local sports books. DraftKings.com, use promo code DUMB. And get your free bet on the Packers to win the Stanley Cup.
Right. It's paying, though. Man, is it paying if they win.
So I reach out, and you and I have a little bit of a back and forth, because in my head, hey, I'm happy. I'll take a day off work. I'll do whatever nonsense travel. Steve, last night, sitting on the couch, I had the Amtrak schedule from Newark's airport to Philadelphia pulled up on my phone to figure out if we could make this work.
I think we'd be better off driving, personally.
To Philadelphia, you say?
Well, no, I mean from Newark to Philadelphia.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Because we found a Friday evening show in Philadelphia. So there aren't a whole lot of direct flights from Grand Rapids to Philly.
Right.
The ones that they do have, times wouldn't work, and they're like twice the price of flying into Newark.
Yeah.
So I looked up Newark, very reasonable flights. And I said to you, I was like, oh, this kind of works out perfectly, because last week Evelyn was talking to my wife, and she brought up that daddy-daughter trip that me and her went on a couple years ago. Right after Nikki was born. And so I was talking to Annette about that the other night. We went out to dinner, and I was like, I think I kind of want to do that again. She's like, yeah, that would be great. She was just talking about it. She loved that trip. So I thought maybe we could do that again, where we go to New Jersey. She gets to see her cousins back there.
Yeah, I mean, she'll miss Evelyn.
Who will?
Annette.
Yeah, of course. So
that's it.
That's why I moved on, because I didn't know what you were stopping for. I was like, yeah, obviously she's not going to miss me.
She's pumping fist right now.
Yeah.
Going one kid and no Steve?
She's got her phone out, scrolling through Kayak like, you want extra leg room?
Happy to pay it. I'll go sell. I'll make sure I sell 15 more items on my Etsy shop to get you that exit row. And also, whatever I need to do to not have to hear about this hitch for one more moment.
Look, it's a Jeep JT bumper, as you know. I don't have to tell you, but for the idiots out there, it's a JT bumper. JT, of course, the Gladiator. I believe it was from a Rubicon Gladiator.
If at any point you want to decide to keep the Jeep content on your Jeep page, boy, oh boy, would I appreciate it. I feel dirty even giving your stories those views when I accident, like, because it'll go to the next one in line will be Steve, and I'll say, oh, I wonder what the Steve family's up to. I'm thinking maybe it's a cute thing, like when you guys are out to eat and you'll do a Q&A or whatever, and it'll be on your stories.
No, nobody cares about that.
And then the first thing I see is like a can of spray paint in the back end of a truck. And I don't even click to see if there's I immediately swipe.
I appreciate that. Still counts as a view, so thank you very much. Monetizing that, making big bucks.
Apologies, though. So I thought this might pan out.
This kind of worked out because the date that you had picked, it was Friday, August 23rd, show in Philadelphia. That is my last day of work. So in theory...
Oh, congrats. New career?
Yeah. Yeah, quitting. So in theory, finish work that day, straight to the airport. There's like a 1 o'clock flight, I think, or 1:30 flight.
Yeah.
Gets us into Newark around 3:30.
Gorgeous airport.
Now, again, it would be... So this would be a first. This would be me and you and Evelyn...
Yeah.
Traveling to New Jersey.
There'd be some separate seats.
Yeah.
This feels like Steve taking on dad duty and Kyle taking nap duty.
Yeah. Yeah. And then Evelyn, making notes about my 2 gay dads going on a trip together.
That's right.
So we could... See, I figure we could loop my brother into this. He would have to pick us up in Newark.
No problem.
I mean, he's just constantly driving the loop. Yep. So as soon as he sees us walk out of the airport, boom, we are right in the car. We have to stop at my mom's house, kick the kid out of the car, say, go see grandma.
I think we
don't even stop in the cul-de-sac.
No, we're hitting 7 miles an hour and toss her out with a bag in hand.
Yeah. I mean, I'll let my mom know when we're close. She can throw a few pillows down in the seat.
Yeah, because, again, 2 gay dads and Uncle Mike.
Yeah.
Which, by the way,
we got to get to the show.
Fantastic new sitcom. 2 gay dads and Uncle Mike. Got to get to like $16 Yingling cans in the upper deck at the Philadelphia Phillies baseball stadium.
Uh-huh.
So
I think that we could make it work still. Now, it would not leave any time for tailgating.
Right.
At most, we're slamming a beer as we're walking into the stadium.
Yep. I was thrilled. I thought, you know what? This is really going to show Katie when I am doing another whirlwind 18-hour trip.
So you're just going for the show and then coming back next day.
Yeah.
You're not going to hang out? You're not going to hang out in New Jersey? We could see all the places that you've always wanted to see.
I'd love to, but I have real survivor's guilt.
We could go
when
to
I am gone.
Go to the Stone Pony.
All right, maybe so I get like an afternoon flight.
Stop in Philly. We'll get some cheesesteaks in
definitely
Philly.
Getting cheesesteaks.
Yeah.
So I thought this is going to be great. And I woke up this morning. I checked my phone after essentially you and I had this conversation last night in the group conversation. To a text message from Brother Mike finally chiming in.
Mm-hmm.
After all this thought put into the Friday night show in Philly.
I'm ready to click book flights.
Honestly, listen, United Airlines, on notice. Okay? I don't have miles or anything for you, but save a seat. I think that's how that works.
Yeah.
To Brother Mike messaging us. I'd love to see him in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, said no one ever. No one has ever willingly gone to Pittsburgh.
I'd be happy to do it had we not just spent 3 hours doing basic logistics surrounding the Philadelphia show that's closer to Brother Mike, by the way.
What day of the week is the Pittsburgh show?
It's like a Wednesday.
Oh, it's a Thursday.
Ugh.
No. Nobody goes to a Thursday show.
The only difference with Pittsburgh is we could drive it. But I wouldn't. Was that 5 hours?
Yeah, 5-6 hours.
Ugh. Although, in our own bed by 6 a.m.
Boy, when you put it that way, I mean, I could get home in just enough time to go right back into work.
What did you want? I'll drop you off. I'll drop you off at the front door. You know, Annette can pick you up or whatever when you're falling asleep in the 8 a.m. hour. And
well, no, because my car will still be because you're picking me up after the show on Thursday.
Oh, that's right.
We're driving
straight through.
Boy,
we could do this.
This is a real stupid idea.
But more or less stupid than the rest of them.
It's right up there.
Yeah, because I'll drop you off at work, and then I'll go home, and I'll be punching into work.
Yeah.
On that Friday as well.
I mean, there's no chance I'm not sleeping in the car.
Well, then how am I going to sleep in the car?
You know, this was your idea, so you're just gonna have to figure it out. You drink all those like Monsters, and
I do have one energy drink a week that is physically proven to mean that I can do this. I can do this.
You got this.
I can do this. So let's say
where's the show at in Pittsburgh?
I would assume the Pirates Stadium.
PPG Paints Arena.
Oh, so the arena. So that's like the Penguins Arena. I was hoping it was a baseball stadium.
Yeah, it should be for a summer concert.
Boy, are we doing nonstop? That would be.
Why do we pick the
best
dumbest
case
things?
scenario? We're ripping out of town noon on a Thursday, right?
Hold on, I'm pulling up Google Maps right now.
So we're getting to Pittsburgh with again similar time as the Philadelphia show.
I could be out of there.
Slam a beer on the park
on a Thursday. I could be out of there. I could make it work where I get out of there at 11.
I mean, I'm less worried about the way there.
11 o'clock, we leave there.
Yeah.
Just 5 hours and 50 minutes later.
That's it.
We're rolling into Pittsburgh. Rolling into the arena.
I've heard nothing but good things about the Ohio Turnpike. That I think we can cook. I think we're going to be there.
I mean,
I'm willing to say that's 5 hours.
All right, so we're going to pack. Obviously, we're going to pack a cooler, make some tuna fish sandwiches, maybe a bottle of water, or some Gatorade, some Funyuns.
Yep,
we're not stopping.
We're making one stop on the way there and one stop on the way back.
Yeah. Well, we don't really have any other option.
And they're both for gasoline.
So this show starts at 7:30. He's pretty prompt with his.
Yeah. Let's assume he'll be on at 8. Right, 8 to
no.
Give it a round
he
number.
starts. He starts on time.
Okay.
If it says 7:30, he's starting at 7:30.
Sure.
We're getting a good 3 hours.
Okay.
We're out of there. You figure we are in the car 11 o'clock, and then the trip begins.
5:45 or 50 back.
5:50 back. So I will be getting to work.
4:50.
Show starts at 5.
So you're running upstairs, skipping the elevator because it's taking too long.
Yeah.
To make sure all the buttons are properly good to go.
Yeah. Wearing the same thing that I had worn the day before.
Yep. Buzzed on, English gray or whatever tea you're on.
It'd be Earl Grey. Earl Grey.
English breakfast gray.
Now, let's see. Fortunately, we'd hit probably rush hour in multiple cities.
You think so? On the way there, yes. Yeah. So maybe you are right. Make sure we get out of there.
Yeah, we're gonna hit the big Toledo rush hour.
Yep. Well, boy, yeah. You don't want to get in the middle of those factory people leaving work either.
Nah, we'd be there around lunchtime, so we'd be good. Is there a big rush hour in Akron?
I have to tell you though, Steve, in a moment of being open about this, this is something that not necessarily this exact one. This is something I want. So I so badly want a Bruce Springsteen concert with the three of us before he hangs up the road tours.
So basically, I would go to work on a Thursday morning, and come home on a Friday.
Yeah. Annette wouldn't notice a thing.
Nope.
Just big up. Sorry, I got a big. Just tell you got a morning show on Friday.
Or
on Thursday. The very elusive Thursday road show.
What was the date of this again?
That would be August 16. 15. Yeah.
August 15. Never mind, can't go. Got a live show that day.
All right, so me and Mike, we're going to be headed to
Probably
Pittsburgh.
should have checked that beforehand.
No worries. This is something. I would be curious. Have you gone to a Springsteen show with Annette before?
No.
Okay. Because
I'll tell you what, I've been to a Springsteen show in Pittsburgh before.
How do you think she would she be open and honest with you, either before or after this show, about if she enjoyed it or wanted to go?
Yeah, I think she'd be open and honest about it.
How do you think
I think she would want to go.
Okay.
She would want to go. She knows that I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
And I think she likes, she doesn't know a ton of Springsteen songs, but she likes enough of it where I think she'd have a good time.
Do you think 13 months would pass and then she finally just you see her crinkled nose, shaking her head?
So disappointed in Katie.
I got to tell you, I knew going in that she wasn't a huge fan.
She was going to support you.
Right. And mostly because I just bought the tickets and didn't ask. Really assumed she'd go, right? Why wouldn't she?
Yeah.
What else are you going to do? Hang out with the kid?
Yuck.
So, yeah, I assume she's okay with it. And that one hurt a little bit yesterday.
Yeah, it should. I mean...
So maybe this
was
a spite concert that I was trying to plan. Oh, I mean, it's in the cards, but I physically live on the street.
I mean, let's be honest. If you guys are splitting up, she is destroying you.
Well, I don't know what she's going to destroy. I don't have anything. What does she want?
But she's gonna make sure you have less than what you.
Well, I can only give. I don't think I can afford to cut a piece of oinky out. That's really
oinky being the pig like intestine or whatever that you have as part of your heart now.
Yeah, the pig or cow valve that is in my heart right now, pumping blood up and down or down and up. I don't know how it works.
Round and around.
So yeah, in the divorce, I think that's all I would be able to give up would be half a oinky, and see how long I could walk around the street with just loose blood filling my abdomen.
Yeah.
What would it be for you guys? What would it be to where Annette asked you today, hey, so-and-so's coming to town, whether it's a music artist, a comedian, a whatever else people see on shows, that you know in your heart, not for me. But you, being a supportive husband who's also terrified of divorce.
Yes. Yeah. She rules with terror.
Nod your head vigorously and say, can't wait. What would it be that Annette is into?
You know something? There have been a couple of shows that we've gone to that she has wanted to go to.
Yeah.
That I would have never given a second thought because, it wasn't my thing. And I've enjoyed every one of them. We saw Miranda Lambert a couple years ago.
Okay.
We saw Maren Morris last summer.
Miranda Lambert, most known for yelling at people for taking photos.
Oh, yeah.
At the concert.
Yeah.
And Maren. Okay, so like female singer, songwriters.
Country, singer, songwriter, artist. We saw, again, Carly Pierce a couple of months ago. And every one of them, I've been like, this is a good show.
Right.
Now, what would she have to do for me to really roll my eyes?
What you're saying is also you're kind of owed a Springsteen show, right?
We're going to see Blues Traveler this summer.
Okay.
I guess that's technically mine. I did want to go see that. You don't like Blues Traveler?
Not for me. It is not for me.
Okay.
It's not like I actively dislike them.
Okay.
But for me, that's the equivalent of me saying, boy, I want to go to the whatever that festival is with all the heavy bass that they do in town here every year. What's it called?
Oh, Electric Forest?
No, well, that one too. Good Lord. But I'm trying to avoid saying what I think I know the name is because I think you guys are a big planner of it. So, just not for me. Mostly,
not your thing.
Mostly the crowds.
Yeah, that's fine. Look, music is very subjective.
So what would it be? What would be the linchpin, the point she loses you today?
I don't know.
If she said, hey, so-and-so's coming to one of the local small venues.
Because knowing her music taste, there's not anything that, it's not like she's into something really weird or like, oh, I love, the Accordion Brothers. That would probably be it. But I can't think of anything.
It's very supportive of you.
Yeah, I just, love my wife. Terrified of divorce.
Hey folks, viewer mail time again. Oh, here's one from Sally, age 14. Dear Pig.
Bum, bum, bum. Bum, ba, dum, ba, dum. Third time's a charm. Beautiful.
That's right. Oh boy, I got to move for this one.
Yeah, this is something a little bit different. I need to. It's got a little bit of a backstory. Okay. You all right over there? All right, a little bit of a backstory here. This is a couple weeks ago at the Side Gigs Grand Rapids Live at Night show.
The what now?
The Side Gig, place where I go for up to 3-4 hours every day.
Yeah, you guys did what now?
We did a Live at Night show. And our good friend Chris Pruitt made the trip all the way up from close to Nashville, Tennessee.
Boy, he's done dumb things like that before.
He sure has. And him and Timmy actually hosted a karaoke night because that's when you were out of town.
Yes.
And why was I? Oh, I was working on stuff that I needed for that night show.
Oh, right.
That I had just started the day before. Had a little bit of writer's block, and I was hoping to make it out there for a little bit. Did not make it out. So I'm assuming he would have handed this off to me then.
In person, right.
This is a 3 foot long cardboard tube. Looks like what you would, ship a poster in or something.
Yeah.
And so he brought it to the night show. And at our meet and greet beforehand, he said, "Oh, here you go. Wanted to give this to you." Handed it over to me. I was like, "Perfect. This is great." Took it back, put it in the backstage, and then promptly forgot it after the show. Mm-hmm. Left it at the venue. Luckily, I got in touch with the venue and the next week, and they said, "Yep, no problem. We have it here. Just stop over whenever you can." So I stopped over last week to pick it up. And the woman that I talked to, her name's Lindsay, very nice person. And she said, "Do you know what that is?" And I was like, "No, I haven't opened it yet." And she gave me kind of an odd look like, "Okay." And I was like, "Oh, why did you open it?" She said, "Yeah, the person on their staff found it, opened it up, and held it up and took a picture of it and sent it to her or something." And she kind of had a weird look on her face. Now
that suits the podcast pretty well.
I've had this in my possession nearly a week now, and I am dying to know what it is. Is it out of the question for Chris Pruitt to have, sent us a nude or something?
Right. In large form. Now, Chris Pruitt is the one who helped us out and made us that version of our billboard that we have hanging
up in the studio.
Because the billboard is still somewhere in your storage room.
Oh, yeah.
In full size.
I saw it the other day.
Just don't know what to do with it yet.
I mean, all that trouble to get Joe, the billboard man, to send that to us.
Yeah.
And it's just been in a box for 5 years.
We've had thoughts about it, and I still think eventually we should do something with it, whether it be wrap, put it on the back wall, somehow get it incorporated on the actual tabletop here, whatever. But yeah, Chris Pruitt made us a probably 36-inch by 18-inch, maybe longer, whatever, version of our billboard from Van Wert, Ohio that we have hanging.
Sent it to a printer, printed it out, looks great.
He might print himself. So yeah, let's take the rubber bands off this thing and take a look. I wouldn't say I'm nervous, but is there a lot from this podcast that even in context would make sense to somebody who doesn't listen?
No.
Right? Now,
I've been nearly nothing.
Now, I've been working or talking to Chris Pruitt a bit this past week. He sent me a couple of AI image generators that just having a fantastic time playing around with.
I mean,
trying to get some new merch up on the shop. And
Chuck Tomfoolery has come to life.
Chuck Tomfoolery is close to being brought to life. Johnny the Duck and Lisa are closer to being brought to life.
I can't believe how great they look.
Yeah. I big fan. We will keep you in tune as soon as I can figure out basic computer functions.
Right.
About how to make this work. But yeah,
so let's open this thing up.
Why don't I face it your way and see if you can shake it towards you and maybe you can pull it. Can you see anything in there, Steve?
No.
Okay, let me give a...
Oh, there it is.
Okay, we hit the end.
Hold on. Wait. Carefully.
Yeah, we don't want to rip it.
Carefully extract this.
Our apologies for not promoting this. I had every intention, Steve, of promoting the fan karaoke event as well, and it slipped past me to even do that.
Okay.
It is a large poster.
It is a large poster.
A lot of black early on.
Oh, boy. Okay. Let's see. I like where this is going.
Okay.
Hold on.
It is big. It looks... well, is it about the same size as our... as the last one he had sent?
Okay, you know how if you're walking around like a corporate office environment, a lot of times you see those motivational pictures where it'll have like 50 people skydiving and it says something like teamwork.
Right.
Or like
we have the Focus Eagle.
We had Focus Eagle. We had Opportunity Golf Course.
Yep.
This is in the same...
Okay, beautiful.
In Perfect. The same vein.
I love that because this room needs a little spicing up.
This is going to terrify you, but you're also going to love it. It's got things that you love and things that you hate. Don't be sad.
Okay.
This is a good thing. So this is, it says change across the bottom.
Awesome. You want me to hold one end so we can see the whole thing?
And then it says, if I can change, and you can change, everybody can change.
Obviously.
Wait, except sharks. It's a poster of Rocky Balboa about to punch a shark.
Listen, there are not many American heroes and icons that I would trust to battle the oncoming plague that is sharks. And Rocky Balboa is one of them.
I mean,
this is a delight.
Is this the perfect gift?
This is a delight from top to bottom, and I'd almost be in support of getting the Tron out of the way so we could just put this front and center in the studio.
Screw that TV. We don't need that.
Oh, man.
I mean, this is about as close to perfect as you can get.
I am in love with this, and now that we know that whoever it is that works at that venue has no sense of joy in their life. This, Chris Pruitt, you have outdone anything you've ever done in the past.
Yeah.
This is a delight. We will, please check our social media at Steve and Kyle, Facebook, Twitter, and
we got to
Instagram.
get a frame. This has to go up. This is amazing.
And, boy, not to be rude, I want to throw that on every piece of merch possible, which means I need to somehow replicate that to get that on a lot of our gear.
Yeah, Chris, if you could send us the source image and then sign over the rights to it.
Man.
That is so amazingly perfect.
God, that is horrifying.
Right? I told you you'd be scared of it, but you'd also be pretty impressed by it.
Do you want to hit that sounder one more time for me, Steve?
We have more mail?
Appears so.
Mail time? Okay.
Hey folks, viewer mail time again. Oh, here's one from Sally, age 14. Dear Pig.
God, that's so good.
Not fair to Leanne to do it in this manner. After we unwrap what gave me one of the most genuine, hearty belly laughs I've had in a very long time.
I mean, we're going to get it framed, and it's going to be just right underneath the Tron, so it's right there.
I don't think there's a better option.
No.
But I came into this little cocaine Ziploc baggie. Sitting on the counter, and you said this came from...
Yeah, this actually came from Leanne, and it was... I think it was in a package that was something for my kids.
Perfect.
And they didn't have any idea, so those were supposed to be for us. It is a plethora, a whole collection of shark stickers.
Oh, man. And...
it's a very shark-themed viewer mail time today.
It is. And as well as a very shark-themed Pull Badness Championship coming up here very, very shortly as they made the championship match. They were in the tiresome too. Now, a mix of cartoonish like sharks, a mix of what appears to be like closer to, hey, this is what a real shark is like. And then there's one with a shark wearing sunglasses drinking a Mai Tai.
Okay.
And then a shark pirate, obviously wielding a sword. These are all different. So I think what we do with these is we put a few of them on the wall.
Sprinkle them in throughout the wall. Okay, I already see a spot over on the right-hand side underneath the other shark sticker we have that says respect the locals. So it could fit right in there.
We've got a shark on a dirt bike.
Oh, okay.
And appears to be
one that says shark attack.
A shark attack out of the mouth. Yeah, boy, these are Leanne. These are gorgeous. Very, very nice stickers. Yeah. Big fan.
Yeah, they're going to be perfect little perfect ones to sprinkle in, like we said, where there are other gaps in the sticker wall.
Oh, there is one from a local market.
Oh, look at that.
In there as well. Yeah. Maybe we hang that. We've got another shark preparing to eat dinner. A shark wearing a football jersey.
Wow, there really are a lot of shark stickers, aren't there?
A shark wearing a life preserver. That seems redundant. And
yeah, they can swim.
There's a shark with rockets attached to its side to shoot at people. Love it.
Thank you very much, Leanne.
Love it. Thank you so much,
We'll have to throw up an updated picture of the sticker wall, too.
Yeah, we'll add a few of those to there. Give a few to the children involved in our lives who love stickers, and then we'll forget about them seconds later. So thank you very much to Leanne. Thank you very much to Chris Pruitt. If you're looking to send anything, any stickers, any gifts, whatever, the P.O. Box is in the show notes here. Please make Steve's financial investment in the P.O. Box worth it.
Yeah, that would be nice. Although that's that expense has been passed off to Crafting Corner.
Big Dutch Ron?
I mean, I really pulled a fast one. I was like, hey, don't you use this address as your return address? Sounds like a tax write-off to me.
Take that, Uncle Sam. We think.
It's like $30. Imagine that. I get audited over like a $30 P.O. box. That would be the worst.
Oh, yeah. I hope you have all your receipts.
Oh, man. It's going to take me a long time to get over the joy of that thing that Chris sent. Holy crap.
It is. And to keep with the Shark Heavy theme, like I mentioned, Steve, it is the very final matchup of the 2024 Pole Badness Tournament. The Throaty 2 is down to the Tiresome 2.
You got to be a fighter. If you want to be the best, you got to show desire. If you want to be the best, you got to be a fighter. If you want to be the best, you got to show desire. You got to be a fighter.
That's right. We've worked our way down, Steve, from the Throaty 2 to the Tiresome 2.
Yeah.
As Will Egan is eagerly awaiting the proper inscription to make.
Did we finally figured it out?
I just went in our messages and typed in the word trophy.
Does Will still listen?
Good question. We'll find out when we message him here in the next few hours.
Hey, Will, time to order up.
He's never been a part of the gift exchange, which is fine. I'm not saying that. So I'm just saying our messages are limited. Our last messages were last April when he had prepared the most recent Pole Badness champion. Now, a very brief recap of the Pole Badness tournament. We have the 2021 champion, Steve, over your right shoulder right now. Were the Apostles, known for chiseling the word boobs into rocks. That was the number 1 seed, the religious division. Mm-hmm. The 2022 Pole Badness tournament winner is Annette's Etsy shop. Just her slamming airplane-sized booze bottles to get away from Steve. That is the number
3 seed from the patently absurd division.
And then last year, is Kyle just a bag of used parts? A real upset. Is that the number 6 seed there, Steve? In the what the division?
Yeah.
Okay. Those are our 3 current Pole Badness champions. Now we are, when this is done, not to put a bucket of water on it, but we're gonna post a poll this week.
Yeah.
About, do you want us to continue the Pole Badness tournament into next year? And I'll take it seriously. If people don't enjoy it or don't care about it, that's totally fine.
Sure.
The only reason I'm even mentioning it is because we had one pretty darn rude Instagram comment that we read read like 4 weeks ago. And I understand that is one comment out of all the people who have voted and seem to laugh along with this. But boy, that one rude comment really sits in the underbelly.
Yeah. The people that are the vocal, what is it, like the vocal minority or whatever, it really punches through.
But honestly, it's fine. Steve and I, we do plenty of work to prepare this thing and to post it every week. That if people just don't enjoy it, we'll wash our hands of it.
I would like to get to the 5th annual.
I think 5th annual would be nice. My thought,
maybe cut it off after 5.
I had teased too the idea that I'd had during this year's tournament was possibly a Steve side, a Steve half, and a Kyle half.
Yeah.
And so we have for sure a Steve poll or a Kyle poll winning Pole Badness 2024.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
If we continue it, that may be an option. Otherwise, we'll be workshopping different ideas if it comes back.
Yeah.
So, I will post that poll. It'll be at Steve and Kyle on Twitter. Please check that out and vote.
Now, will that poll, if we do it next year, can that poll could be included in Pole Badness, right?
Yeah, I mean, listen, if this turns out to be a no, I mean, there's going to be follow-up polls. Who do you blame for Pole Badness going away, Steve or Kyle?
Yeah.
Who is the better
That's a good one.
Competitor in the Pole Badness, Steve or Kyle? Yeah, absolutely. We'll start juicing the numbers. So all the way, Steve, as the number 6 seed from the patently absurd division, we had, did Gordon Lightfoot care about 28 souls in one butthole? Now, Gordon Lightfoot steamrolled its opening round matchup with 84% of the vote.
Sure did.
It moved on to the senseless 16, where it steamrolled again with 76% of the vote. Moving on to the excessive 8, where it snuck by. Another real dark horse. It barely beat Is Anyone's New Year's resolution to poop in the yard more, 53% to 47%. And then it went on to the Foolish 4, where it had another pretty darn handy victory with 59% of the vote. That is your first entry into the Tiresome 2 this year, Steve.
Yep.
Its competitor in the final, very final matchup, coming from the Asinine division, is a shark biting your tootsies a warning chomp. And this thing also, a runaway train. Mm-hmm. First round matchup won with 90% of the vote. Senseless 16 matchup won with 76% of the vote. Excessive 8 matchup won with 65% of the vote. And its Foolish 4 matchup, absolutely steamrolling a Steve poll, is Steve the Christopher Columbus of the Zach with 81% of the vote. Okay. Those are your final 2 entrants in the 2024 Poll Badness Tournament. A number 6 seed and number 6 seed.
I feel like I need some music or something.
Yeah, really captures the vibe.
Really need to add some more stuff to this thing.
Listen, these are all like communal, meant for everything, right? Yeah. So you just hit another one. I'm sure it'll work. Wait, no, he can't be here today.
All right, what else do I got?
Hey, game show. So yeah, we need to upgrade our music up. Maybe just when we announce the winner, like remember, now we're a DJ Khaled song.
Another one. Is that him?
I think we need to add to the limited impression repertoire, and maybe we could bring a DJ Khaled to the. So we've got, as of now, our limited impression catalog.
Yeah,
is James Earl Jones as his character from Field of Dreams.
Yeah. And you did that spot on Macy Gray impression years ago.
Oh, I did. I don't remember the Macy Gray.
Oh, that made the year in review. It was amazing. I remember almost pooping my pants when you started it.
I was only going to give myself just general Bobcat Goldthwait.
Oh, obviously. I don't know what I was thinking.
So we are looking to expand to either 3 or 4.
Okay.
So if we could really hash out a DJ Khaled by next week.
That was just another one.
That's not bad. I think, you know what? We'll do it like we did with James Earl Jones years ago. And next week, I'll get us a little clip of him saying that. And we can just go back and forth until you really hone in on it. Yeah. And then maybe I can give it a try as well.
And then you have to close your eyes and tell who's
which is which. Yeah. Of course.
But
we digress. 2 number 6 seeds in the Tiresome 2. Did Gordon Lightfoot care about 28 souls in one butthole? Is a shark biting your tootsies a warning chomp? Steve, do you have any predictions here?
I'm thinking it's going to be Gordo.
This is a tough one because the way I've been describing them the whole tournament is, hey, here's some show lore.
Yeah.
Polls moving on wherever we reference like an old kind of segment from the past, sharks. Yep. And Gordon Lightfoot obviously is known for being the centerpiece of our favorite episode every year where we get to reminisce.
Sing it out. Yeah, that second week in November.
But as we see today, we got a shark poster. We got shark stickers.
It's feeling shark themed.
People think it's funny that I'm terrified of man-eaters. I don't know. Can't explain it. With 59% of the vote. And your 2024 Poll Badness champion. Did Gordon Lightfoot care about 28 souls and 1 butthole?
Another one.
One of the earlier entries.
Wow.
From April of 2023, we could not shake Gordo. Mm-hmm. I wonder if that's when he kicked the 5-galloner.
It's got to be. I think it was like April or May. All right, so if you go to steveandkyle.com/merch, that will be available in the merch store, right? We've done that shirt in the past.
Yeah, and maybe I'll post it up there in a different fashion this year. But yeah, the Pull Badness winners, I believe, from 2022 and 2023 are both up there, and I will make sure to add 2024, and also stay tuned to that merch store because I've been workshopping, like we just teased.
You've been. Well, I would say hard at work, but you've been at work while you've been doing that.
Right.
It's not out of the ordinary during the week, like a random Tuesday, for me to get a flurry of text, for me to look down at my phone at one point after not looking at it for about 3 minutes and see 16 new texts from Kyle.
Yeah, and to be fair, you're in the trenches, so you're focused.
Exactly. I am working.
Right.
You know, like you've been there. You know that when you're in the trenches, you can't see outside of the trenches.
Yeah.
It's just, it's trench warfare in there.
Yeah. And your foot is all trenched.
Yeah, trench foot.
You got the trench foot.
You got a lot going on. So when I look down and I see 16 missed texts from Kyle and I scroll through and there are all these amazing AI images, I'm kind of overwhelmed.
We're really honing in, or I'm trying to hone in on some of these ideas that we have had lingering for years. So Chuck Tomfoolery is in the cards.
Now, he was a game show host that had a rubber chicken for a microphone.
Correct. Rubber chicken is a microphone and a clown nose. We don't really know what game he was hosting. That's not the point of the idea.
It doesn't matter.
He's obviously the knockoff of Chuck Tomfoolery. Or, Chuck Woolery.
Chuck Woolery, yeah.
I could not pull his name. And the other design was, a classic, Johnny the Duck and Lisa, who was obviously the last bastion of morning radio hope.
The one that killed me was the Johnny the Duck and Lisa one where they had a sign in the background that says Johnny the Duck and Lisa. Now, weren't they, I meant to text you, weren't they on like Laugh FM or something?
I think so. I'm a little nervous about going back to the generator and losing what I already have. To add a call sign, but
so there's a sign in the back. It's a man with a duck head. And Lisa,
who's very perturbed with Johnny.
And there's a sign in the background that says, Johnny the Duck and Lisa. Big radio will never push us out.
That's right. I added that late in the game, and I was just curious how it would manifest, and I love it.
So is this something where you can constantly tweak it? You can say, oh, this is good, but can you add a sign in the background?
I can. With the generator I was using for this, a lot of times when I use retry or you can remix it, it'll change other things that you don't want it to. So I'm focusing on trying not to lose the original
I love it.
semblance. But I'm also looking to get a poster for our Texas trip, which is just 3 short weeks away. We were just in talks about finding a vehicle that we're going to either rent when we get there or book a reservation.
How many miles is it? From the airport to, wasn't it like 20 miles?
That's a good question. I
was going to say, there's got to be some way. Can we rent like scooters or something?
Oh my God. Now that.
Like a scooter with a sidecar.
Right. Something like that. And I don't have a scoot license. And you have scoot experience.
I do. So I do have a lot of scoot experience.
So you would be in charge of the scoot experience while I sit in the sidecar with a helmet.
Yeah. And you're live streaming the whole time.
It is. If we left right now from the Austin airport, Steve, to get to Lake Kyle Park, that's in Kyle, Texas, it's 27 minutes.
Okay. All right.
Which honestly, that is not too far removed from the time we would be leaving the airport now.
Pretty close.
In 3 weeks on Saturday, May 18, you and I will be boots on the ground. We still have to, maybe before I bail out of here, we can look and try to test those or grab those microphones and see how we're going to run those. Boots on the ground, Austin Airport, Texas. If you are in the area and want to hang out, please send us a message. If you're willing to drive us from the airport to Lake Kyle, that's even better.
Yeah.
We'd love to chat with you, have you along for the ride. We'll buy you some airport ribs. And
in case you needed a little extra to make this decision worth it.
This may be the whirlwind trip that ends Steve's marriage as he knows it.
Yeah, this is probably the one.
But listen, if you have maybe some electric scooters, I think that would be much better.
So, in lieu of driving us around, if you can just drop 2 scooters off at the airport and leave the key in the ignition, don't worry, we'll bring them back. We'll even fill them up for you.
Where'd that idiot who made the jet ski into a motorcycle live?
Scoot ski.
Scoot ski? Where'd that buffoon live?
think he was in Wisconsin. I don't think that's going to work.
That's right.
All right.
Thanks to everybody who voted. 2024 Poll Badness is wrapped up. Check at Steve and Kyle on Twitter for the polls, as well as the poll about if you want Poll Badness to continue. Will Egan, you're on the clock. New trophy coming in the next few months, hopefully.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing it up there with its brethren. All right, again, at Steve and Kyle, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. If you're going to be in the Austin/Kyle, Texas area coming up on May 18th?
May 18th. Saturday, May 18th.
We'd love to see you. So reach out to us at Steve and Kyle, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Thank you to Leanne for the shark stickers. Thank you to Chris Pruitt for the Rocky fighting a shark poster that'll be hung up very shortly. Talk to you next week. See ya.